Cristo, Cristo.
Los israelitas tienen esa oportunidad. Michael, es algo grave. Es algo pesado, Michael. Que nosotros tenemos la oportunidad del arrepentimiento, pero no queremos. ¿Sí me entiendes? No lo quieren. Eso no tiene sentido. No tiene sentido. Si Dios dice, tú si te arrepientes, te voy a dar a ti las llaves del reino de Dios, ¿tú no lo tomarías? ¿Tú no lo tomarías? Entonces, ¿cuál es el sentido de nuestra gente que dice, yo estoy bien, no necesito hacer lo que Dios me diga, voy a estar tranquilo? No tiene sentido esas cosas son del diablo. Eso es pura mentira que nuestra gente todavía se sigue infiltrando. Lee esto.
Este es el libro de Segunda de Esdras, capítulo 9 y versículo 12. Él mismo debe saberla después de la muerte.
Versículo 11.
Versículo 11. Y ellos han aborrecido de mi ley. Ellos han aborrecido mi ley.
Ellos, está hablando de ustedes, han aborrecido la ley, han aborrecido los mandamientos de Dios. Ustedes siempre resisten al Espíritu, que son las leyes de Dios. Es lo que dice la Biblia. Lee.
Mientras tenían todavía libertad.
Ya ves, Michael, hasta todavía, apenas lo que acabamos de leer, hasta que teníamos libertad. Tenemos la libertad de guardar los mandamientos. Lee.
Y cuando aún el arrepentimiento,
hey brother, right here with the phone, come here brother, come close, come deal with us, read it.
Y cuando aún el arrepentimiento estaba abierto,
Aún el arrepentimiento estaba abierto, aún el arrepentimiento, la misericordia teníamos en Jesucristo.
a ellos no entendiéndola, pero despreciándola.
¿Ves? Hey, my brother, come here, bro. Come on, come closer. How you doing? Su hermano, no hay que despreciar ese tiempo que tenemos para corregir esos pecados. How you doing, brother?
Hey, how you doing, bro? You believe in the Bible? All right. I know you believe in the Bible. You playing games still, but we out here to show our people. They gotta take this Bible serious, brother. You believe in God? What does God look like? Nobody know? You sure? Jesus know? All right. Well, guess what? The Bible tells us what he looked like. Did you know that? The world tells us what he looked like. They say he looked like that last sign. They say he looked like that, don't they? Wouldn't you agree? The world say he's white, don't they? Yeah, the world say he's white. When you read this Bible, guess what? He's a black man. Give me Daniel 7 and 9 real quick, because I want to make a point out of it. Daniel 7 and 9, and I'm going to touch something. Because what we're out to do, brothers, we're here to fix our community with all the chaos going on with the Bible. This is the only thing that's going to fix the black and Hispanic community. Nothing else has worked. But this Bible, it works. We ain't tried it yet. Daniel 7 and 9. Just read it real quick while you're here.
This is the book of Daniel, chapter 7 and verse 9. I beheld till the thrones were cast down.
Daniel saw a vision. He said, I beheld till the thrones were cast down. What he's seeing is the destruction of other nations. Because when God's kingdom comes, the other nations got to be destroyed. There's not going to be no
Amen.
United
Hallelujah.
Kingdom. There's not going to be no America. There's not going to be no China. So Daniel's seeing the end days. Read on.
And the Ancient of Days.
Who?
Ancient of Days.
Ancient of Days is God. That's one of his names, because he's before days. He says, I'm seeing the Ancient of Days. Read.
Did sit,
And he's sitting.
whose garment was white as snow.
He had a garment on. Meaning what? God has a head, arms, and legs, just like you. He had a garment on, like clothes. Read on.
And the hair on his head.
You know what?
The hair on his head.
He said he saw the hair of God. Just like you, I can see your hair. He says, I saw the hair of his head
Was like the pure wool.
like the pure wool. What is woolly hair? Afro hair. Afro hair. God has an afro. God is not white. God looked like you. Understand that. That's what's in this Bible. It's in every Bible. But we get the stringy hair, straight hair with the blue eyes from the church. When you open up the Bible, God has what? An afro. No white people have afros, bro. It's talking about a black man. Now go to Christ real quick. I'm going to touch Christ. Christ, he has to look just like his father, right? Let's see what he looked like. 'Cause this is the thing. You said right now when I asked you, you said nobody knows. The Bible knows. And when we read the Bible, we gonna know. So watch this. We're gonna read Christ.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 1 and verse 13. And in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man.
We saw one like the Son of Man in the midst of the 7 candlesticks. We got a description of what the Bible says right there. You see the 7 candlesticks? Christ was in the middle. The Son of Man is Christ. Read on.
Clothed with a garment down to the foot.
Get a garment down to the foot. Listen, this is how I read the Bible. We got to read the Bible while putting ourselves right there. He said they had a garment to the foot, meaning you could see his feet outside the garment. Read on.
And girt about the path with a golden girt.
He had a golden belt.
His head and his hair.
His head and his hairs, the hairs on his head and his face,
Were white.
what?
Were white.
They were white.
Like wool.
Like what?
Like wool.
Like wool, just like God. He had woolly hair, just like you. Read on.
As white as snow. And his eyes were as the flame of fire.
His eyes were red because Christ drank wine. Read on.
And his feet
Now his feet, remember you can see it down to the foot. His feet were what?
like unto fine brass.
Under fine brass, brown.
As if they burn in a furnace.
You take those brown feet and you burn them in a furnace, you'll get some dark, dark feet. His skin color was dark. It was darker than yours. And he had woolly hair. So what we're reading is the real God and the real Christ of the Bible are black. You understand? So we got to let go of that white Christ, that white God. And guess what else? The teachings behind it. The teachings behind it have been false. We learned it in slavery. See the cross? They got him burning and he had to receive Catholicism or die. Same thing happened in the slave trade or the auction bus. We didn't receive the religion of our slave master, we was put to death. Pentecostal, Baptist, so on and so forth. So now, I got to ask you, is this your wife? Your girlfriend? Your friend, just your friend. You ain't dealing with her? All right, good. Because I was going to get on you about that. Because what you don't know is the Bible tells us we ain't supposed to marry the other nations. We ain't supposed to be friends with them. Give me that Deuteronomy 7:3. We ain't supposed to. Why? Because if you look at the history, God let us know that's our enemies. You understand that? We're going to show you at the Bible. And you yourself, you're going to get in trouble, bro. You know, not only with God, because God is against it, but you're going to get in trouble out here in this world. Read. You know Emmett Till, right? You heard of all those stories, right? Listen, you next if you keep messing around with God. I'm going to show you. God tells us we ain't supposed to mess around with the other nations. Read that.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7 and verse 3. Neither shall thou make marriages with them.
God says with the other nations, because this is when God gave us, because we're the Israelites. He gave us the land of Israel. He says when you go into this land, don't make marriages with their daughters. You stay within your race. That's what God is saying. Read it again.
Neither shalt thou make marriages with them. Thy daughter thou shalt not give unto his son,
See, when you read this Bible, God says you got to stay within your race. Read on.
nor his daughter shalt thou take unto thy son.
Don't even take their daughters to your sons. Read on.
For they will turn away thy son from following me.
You see why? Why you say don't do that? They will turn away your son. Meaning what? They're going to tell you Jesus is white, Christ is white, come celebrate Easter, come celebrate 4th of July, we're going to pop some fireworks. That's what's happening today. That's what you're going to do if you follow these people. That's why God says don't deal with them. Because they're going to turn you from the real God, which is black just like you, that tells you got to keep his commandments, that you can't play games out here in these streets, that you can't come as you are. That's what the real God is about. So read it again.
Neither shalt thou make marriages with them. Thy daughter thou shalt not give unto his son, nor his daughter shalt thou take unto thy son. For they will turn away thy son from following me, that they may serve other gods.
That's what happened. We started serving other gods when we deal with these people. If you dated a Chinese woman, let's just say, you're going to learn about that Buddha. You're going to learn about those Chinese mantras. You're going to take their culture in your house. God says don't do that. Read on.
So will the anger of the Lord be kindled against you.
What happens when you do that?
The anger of the Lord will be kindled against you.
See that? God got angry when we did that. When we did that, Yes.
God is a spirit. God doesn't have physical.
Thank you. The bus, the bus,
He don't?
the bus.
Hey, my brother, where you going?
Jesus is love.
No, Jesus is love. Brother, why are you following a woman?
Hey, brother, listen, man. You can't be following no man or woman. He, she, whatever it is. Brother, we gotta be right, man. What's up, brother? Come on, man. What's your name, bro? You know where I'm going. Huh?